And so I'd like to talk just briefly about the so-called Inflation Reduction Act. I'm now calling it the Inflation Act because it was rushed, it was partisan, and it promised all kinds of benefits to states such as mine of West Virginia, when in reality we see now as it's unfolding that the Democrats, have been sold really a bill of goods. We were told originally it would invest $300 billion in deficit reduction and $369 billion in energy security and climate change over 10 years. But now CBO is saying that the Inflation Act will not even, it adds $60 billion to the debt in the first 5 years and won't even see any kind of deficit reduction until 2029. This is also in addition to the enhanced power of the IRS that Senator Thune talked about it, and seeing how that's going to unfold, because apparently that's supposed to pay for everything in the Inflation Act. But if we look at independent observers of this bill, Goldman Sachs estimated that the law's climate spending costs $1.2 trillion over the next decade, which is 3 times as much as CBO scored it for last summer. The Brookings study estimates that carbon capture tax credits will cost $210 by the year 2040, which is another $167 billion more than was predicted last summer by CBO. Brookings also projects that the law's climate provisions could cost up to $1 trillion through 2031. And lastly, the Credit Suisse report last year estimated that a special tax credit to boost U.S. solar, wind, and battery supply chains would cost about $250 billion. That projection now is 8 times more than what CBO projected. This is filled with spending, filled with unmatched deficits, the Inflation Act, and I think it's going to lead to all the problems we've seen with more problems with inflation, hurting energy costs, hurting the average American citizen, and you pile on that everybody's going to be buying an EV for how much ever more. I think the American public are waking up and they see what kind of damage has been.
Well, friends, support is growing right now for a new stimulus plan. Lawmakers have put forward a plan that would send $1,200 checks to Americans every single month. And these payments would be guaranteed for several years. My dearest friends, I'll be going over how you could benefit from this bill. So please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, in a video later today, I will be announcing the winners of today's Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My friends, the more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances of winning the weekly giveaways. Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is once again raising awareness of her proposal to send monthly checks of $1,200 to adults and an additional $600 to families with children. Once passed, the Support Act would mandate that these payments be made for at least 5 years. The Support Act was first introduced in the House of Representatives in the last Congress, when Democrats held control of the chamber. Many lawmakers have expressed their support for the proposed plan, including Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, to reduce childhood poverty. Governor Walz also stated it must be done at the federal level. One of the proposals the governor has made centers on providing a child tax credit to families in the state, modeled after the enhanced credit passed under the American Rescue Plan. Under the American Rescue Plan, the child tax credit increased in value from $2,000 to $3,000 for each child between the ages of 6 and 17, and $3,600 for children under 6. The changes to the child tax credit led the child poverty rate in the United States to fall by half. The fact that the enhanced credit made such deep cuts into the number of children who are living in poverty is evidence of the millions of families who earn just under what would be necessary to acquire the goods and services needed to fulfill basic needs. Researchers at the Columbia University Center on Poverty and Social Policy found that the payments made during these 6 months of 2021 managed to keep nearly 4 million children from falling into poverty. Not only does the proposal mandate that the checks be sent, but it would allow making serious changes to the public services that are offered by the Federal Reserve. According to Ilhan Omar, the proposal mandates that Federal Reserve member banks to provide bank accounts to residents and to businesses domiciled in the United States for purposes of holding digital dollar balances. These accounts would be required to offer specified banking services, including debit cards, online banking, and automatic bill pay. Also today, President Biden signed an executive order that would create the White House Office of Environmental Justice. President Biden tried to draw a contrast between his agenda and that of Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. GOP lawmakers have called for less regulation of oil production to lower energy prices, while the Biden administration says the GOP policies would give benefits to highly profitable oil companies and surrender the renewable energy sector to other countries. President Biden said in recent remarks at the White House, "Environmental justice will be the mission of the entire government, woven directly into how we work with state and local governments." According to officials, the order tells executive branch agencies to use data and scientific research to understand how pollution hurts people's health, so that work can be done to limit any damage. Under the order, executive agencies would be required to inform nearby communities if toxic substances were released from a federal facility. The order puts more pressure on federal agencies to deliver on promises the Biden administration has made to clean up the environment and prepare Americans for the effects of climate change. The Biden administration has mixed results in fulfilling its promise. There have been unprecedented spending on environmental and climate justice issues, but there have also been disagreements over how to gauge which communities are most in need of the funding, and the administration's greenlighting of controversial drilling projects, as Republicans have criticized Biden for his high gasoline prices. Drivers are seeing gas price jumping by 10 cents to 20 cents in many states over the past week, while prices are still nowhere near last summer's peak of $5 per gallon. Millions of drivers are still feeling the strain of elevated gas prices, along with many other rising costs. So what causes the national average for a gallon of regular unleaded gasoline to increase nearly 20 cents within 1 month? According to Patrick DeHaan, head of petroleum analysis at GasBuddy, it begins with the price of the barrels. Well, my awesome and most amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Friday. My dearest friends, thank you so much for being part of this community and for joining me here every single day. I will be announcing several winners in a video later today for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Friday.